CenturyLink Arena, Brian McCormack, Mark Bros, Marty Flickle back with you, and the Idaho Steelheads and Cincinnati Cyclones getting ready for period number 2. Nick Hurd and Jefferson Dahl with the goals in the first period, and Jefferson Dahl scoring on Jefferson Dahl bobblehead night. Do you ever feel any kind of special responsibility when there's a night centered around you to do something special?
I guess in the back of your mind, you figure you should do something that night, you know, but a lot of times I don't think anything happens well good for you that night, but good for Jefferson to start off that first period, and hopefully he's got a couple more.
He'll sit on the bench to start this second period. Steelheads will kick it off with Kellen Lane, Brian Nugent, and Anthony Luciani. It is Lane against Zombo for the draw. Puck is dropped, second period underway, and the Cyclones have the puck first. Cincinnati in their visiting white uniforms with red trim. They move from right to left in this second period. Steelheads from left to right in their home black jerseys as the puck is deep in the Steelhead zone. Zombo in the left wing corner, centered one in front. He was looking for Sims, but it's intercepted by Nugent, and he'll give to center for Luciani, who gains the red line and sends one on net as blockered away by Joel Rumpel. Lefebvre in his own zone regroups with Knodel. His pass out to the neutral zone found Zombo, who took a jolt from Corbin Baldwin, but Sims is able to carry it into the Idaho zone. Behind the net, working against Faust. He gives out top of the right circle for a Lefebvre shot that's deflected wide. Behind that, O'Donnell wraps it to the front. That's a save as well by Landon Bowe. He's able to cover up for the whistle with 44 seconds gone by here in the second period. Mark, the Steelheads, we talk about that measured first period for both of these teams. What's the conversation between periods, do you think, to come out in this second period? What's the game plan?
Well, the Steelheads were really loose on the bench before the drop of the puck. They're having a lot of fun. I would think that they couldn't wait to get back out of the locker room because they finished up the first period strong.
Face off in the Idaho zone, won by the Cyclones, but a shot by Diaby at the left point, blocked by Linsmeyer. The puck rolls all the way back into the Cyclone zone. Posted behind his own net, under pressure from Merchant, but he's able to move it up the left wing wall. That pass got through Tommy Mealy. Steelheads will regroup back in their own end. Dodaro on the right wing side, giving through center for Linsmeyer. Linsmeyer carries over the Cincinnati blue line, dumps it into the left wing corner. Puck winding behind the net. Linsmeyer will catch up to it himself. Had knocked off his stick by Diaby. It rolls into the Cincinnati crease, and this time Rumpel will sit on it for the whistle. Face-off coming to his left. You mentioned how loose things are down there, Mark, and Marty, from your playing days, I figure when you win 7 of 8, 9 of 11, you know, there's always an intensity around the rink, but it's probably a little easier to loosen up when you're getting wins at a regular click.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more fun around the rink when you're winning, that's for sure. So great attitude in the bench. It's a good thing. So hopefully they can carry that momentum from the last 11 games here and carry it through this one.
Face off in the offensive zone. Off the draw, Bossaraba tried to get a shot off. He fanned on it. Cyclones find it. It's Mealy sending out to the neutral zone. Shane Walsh, rookie who started the year with the Utah Grizzlies. He dumps it down behind the goal line in the Idaho zone. Took a heavy hit from Harstad. Harstad's stick went flying, however, and the Cyclones will maintain possession. Walsh gives out to the right point. Posa takes his time, gives left side for Diaby. A drive through traffic is gloved and held by Landon Bowe, and he'll get the whistle. Aaron Harstad with a good hit on Shane Walsh, the rookie out of UMass, and Shane Walsh actually did a pretty good job to shrug that check off and stay with the puck, but the Steelers have done a pretty good job of clearing the shooting lanes for Landon Bowe thus far.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. The D did a really good job there. You know, the puck goes back to the point, clearing that lane, and that's what you want to do for your goaltender. You know, you want him to see that first shot, clear the rebound, so they're doing a good job so far for him.
Jefferson Dahl will come out to take this face-off against Justin McDonald. Off the face-off, Dahl wins it back behind his own net. That's Brandon Anselmini taking a hit, but able to move it up the left wing wall for Lane. He sent it out to neutralize for Dahl, but that's stripped away by McDonald. McDonald will send it into the left wing corner of the Idaho zone. Taking a hit along the boards was Manella. That freed the puck up to the far half wall, but Johnston came down from the right point to keep it alive for Cincinnati. Now Manella has it again behind the net near the trapezoid. Getting some help from McDonald. Steelheads fighting back with Bell and Anselmini. Good hard work along the end boards, but it will be McDonald who comes away with it for the Cyclones. His centering pass broken up. As now Chatham will try the right wing side. Nothing doing there, as down from the left point was Ristling to break that up. But now with the Cyclones changing, Steelheads have some extra space. Bell will send it out to the neutral zone, and the Steelheads will dump it in deep. Steelheads get a change of their own as Morissette, Bossaraba, and Jean come onto the ice. Ristling will carry over the red line for Cincinnati and send it in behind the Idaho goal line. Faust ribbed it up the right wing wall. Bossaraba had trouble with it. Faust will instead try the other side, and Corbin Baldwin tries to clear. Lefebvre intercepts down from the right point. Good forecheck pressure here from the Cyclones as the puck out to the left point is held in by Knodel. Falling down in the near corner was Zombo, so he couldn't hold in, and the Steelheads are able to clear it as far as the Cincinnati blue line, where Sean O'Donnell will now play catch with Eric Knodel. Knodel sends one ahead, the Zombo chips in deep. Behind his own net is Joe Faust. Zombo in on the forecheck, lost his stick. Baldwin found the puck, and now Faust will have it behind his own net again. Zombo tries to flush him out. Faust able to find Basaraba on the right wing side, and he sends out to the neutral zone. Walsh tried to get away from Basaraba, but Baldwin followed it up. He dumps the puck in deep. 3:20 gone by second period. We are tied at 1. Jefferson Dahl and Nick Hurd both scoring in the first period in the first 6 minutes. Charlie Dodaro skates back behind his own net, carries through center with speed, got around Tommy Mealy, and now carries over the Cincinnati line. Dodaro on the left wing, gets a backhander towards the net, a save by Rumpel. Rebound out in front, chipped over the top of the net as Will Merchant got a stick on it. Now the Steelheads go to work with pressure. Here's Merchant side of the net, gave it to the left post, Dahl couldn't get a shot off. That puck came out in front, and it surprised Will Merchant. He whacked at it, and then it surprised Jefferson Dahl. Neither one got through to the net. Here's Merchant, left wing corner now. Steelheads are buzzing. To the high slot, Merchant on his backhand had knocked off his stick, and Mealy's able to clear it out to center. That was a look-what-I-found situation for both Merchant and Dahl, and neither one was able to get behind Joel Rumpel.
What looked like, did Merchant just pick up his stick or something? I mean, all of a sudden, you know, he really said, looky what I have.
Certainly handcuffed him.
Yeah, that's like it handcuffed him or something. I thought maybe he had dropped his stick ahead of time.
Kellen Lane has it behind the Cincinnati net, drove it to the front, he put it right through the crease. It comes out to the left point, Anselmini holds in. Now behind the Cincinnati net, this is Luciani. To the far corner, Luciani tried to rim it towards the net, but that was knocked off his blade as well. Walsh forced it to center. Luciani has it again in front of his own bench, he'll dump it in deep.
All that action, fellas, there's still only 10 shots on the board.
In the neutral zone, McNally was able to give it ahead for Manella into the Idaho zone, left wing side, Christian Manella. Centers one in front for McNally, he scores! Great feed, Manella finding McNally at the left hash mark. He beats Landon Bowe over the glove, and the Cincinnati Cyclones are back in front. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it looked like an innocent little play, kind of a 2-on-2, but Cyclones made a pretty good pass there and a little chip shot up and over the shoulder, so pretty good goal by them, but nothing the Steelheads really did wrong there. It was just pretty good play by Cincinnati.
Now, I'll tell you what, those are passing lanes you want to shut down, but when Christian Manella can make a pass like that on his backhand in tight space, sometimes you just have to tip your cap on a play like that.
Yeah, kind of tough to defend. You don't think the guy's really going to be able to do that here, but it's a good play by Cincinnati, and Steelheads need to get that one back right away here.
For Brandon McNally, it's his 15th of the season. Christian Manella will get an assist, and the Cyclones have their second lead of the night. It's 2-1. Right now the Steelheads have the puck. Baldwin over the red line will dump it in deep. Idahop off the end boards came out in front, but no one there for the Steelheads as it's cleared back out to neutralize. Baldwin will settle it again. Over the red line, he drives it around the boards, rimming to the right wing half wall, and Kyle Jean spikes it back behind the net for Joe Basaraba, who's trying to get away from Justin McDonald. Connor Chatham in there to provide help as well, but Daniel Johnston knocks him to the wall. Puck still up for grabs. McDonald will find it at the far boards. He flips one out towards the neutral zone. He has Brandon McNally, and he'll move it ahead for Manella, who's able to dump it in deep. Cincinnati will get a full change. Back behind his own net for a controlled breakout is Corbin Baldwin. Has some room up the middle of the ice, and that's where he'll send it. Stretch pass out to the neutral zone, has Basaraba into the Cincinnati zone. Tried to feed Linsmeyer, that was off the mark. Intercepted instead by Posa. Tried to clear it, it hit a stanchion, and he came right back to him. Steelheads will get a change. Posa will go back behind his own net.
Boy, looking at the stats of McNally, I mean, he scores, got a few assists. He's not afraid to take penalties, Brian.
Certainly has a rough and tumble edge to his game. Another player who was with the Utah Grizzlies at the start of this season went to Cincinnati with Shane Walsh. As over the red line, Aaron Harstad tried to dump it in. That deflects over the glass and out of play. 6.5 minutes gone by second period. Cyclones have a 2-1 lead. We will take a 60-second break across all media. This is Idaho Steelheads hockey.
Switch to CenturyLink and get up to 40 megs of high-speed internet for just $20 a month. That's the speed you need to stream, game, connect on social media, learn, shop, and more with fast in-home Wi-Fi. So call 844-565-LINK. Get up to 40 megs of high-speed internet for just $20 a month for 1 year when bundled with a qualifying home phone plan. Speed may not be available in your area. Call today.
Back at CenturyLink Arena, Brian McCormack, Mark Bros, Marty Flickle here with you. We've played 6.5 minutes in the second period. The Cyclones have a 2-1 lead. Brandon McNally scoring his 15th of the season to put the Cyclones in front here in the second period. Steelheads have the puck. It's Tadero passing one through neutral ice. Broken up partially by Lefebvre, but now Merchant has it left wing side. His centering pass was intended for Dahl, broken up by Knodel. They battle for it in the far corner of the Cincinnati zone. Knodel has it. Merchant presses him to the wall. The puck is stuck in his feet. Now it rolls in below the goal line. And Lefebvre will move it left wing side. It's Mealy popping it out to the neutral zone, and Nick Hurd gaining the red line, sending it deep into Idaho territory. Harstad behind his own net, took a bump from Walsh. He's able to rim it up the far wall. It's held in by Daniel Johnston. Right back behind the net where Hurd has it once more. Nick Hurd wraps one to the front. That went off the paddle of the stick of Landon Bow and pops behind the net. Steelheads have it, and Linsmeyer has time on the right wing wall. He'll send it out to center. Here's Will Merchant working against Johnston, goes wide around him and dumps it down behind the net. Controlled by the Cyclones as Rissling had left wing side. It was knocked off his stick. Good forecheck work by Kellen Lane. He'll now carry behind the net. Lane has Daniel Johnston all over him. Puck is free. McDonald will find it. Now Luciani goes after McDonald. Rissling finds the puck. He'll backhand it out to the neutral zone to no one in particular. Brandon Anselmini will settle it down, and from his own zone sends one back out to neutral ice for Luciani. Left wing side, Nugent pulled up, tried to center one, but was broken up by McNally. In the neutral zone, Anselmini takes it right back. Here he comes with speed. Left wing side, high slot for Luciani. He's converged on by Rissling, knocked the puck off his stick. And now McNally will find it. He'll carry out to center. 1-on-3, McNally gains the red line and dumps it in deep. He took a hit from Brandon Anselmini. Back in his own zone, Baldwin fighting for in the near corner. Manella all over him. Forces the puck free. Steelheads will find it. Anselmini behind his own net, rims it up the right wing boards. Baldwin has room to carry ahead. Gets it out to center. Here's Luciani in front of his own bench. Now over the Cincinnati blue line. His line mates are changing. He'll dump it in deep. He'll change as well. And the Steelheads will all retreat out to the neutral zone with the exception of Joe Basaraba, who forces a turnover. High slot, Morris had a shot. That's deflected over the net and out of play as Diaby got a stick in. There was one forechecker on that sequence. It was Joe Basaraba, and he was able to cause problems for Severio Posa and create that chance for Andre Morissette.
Marty, Anselmini just reminds me of Kornakia back there, how
Steady Eddie.
Yeah, Steady Eddie, and just fast coming out of the zone. You're just looking around for him, and the next thing you know, he's down the sideboards.
Jonathan Diaby, the former third-round pick of the Nashville Predators, able to deflect that shot out of play, but the Steelheads will get an offensive zone face-off, and now you have Joe Basaraba working in the far corner, but he's going to take a penalty as he knocked Posa down to the ice, and now the whistle will blow as it'll be a boarding call. Basaraba getting Posa from behind and sending him into the end wall, and the Cyclones will have their second power play when we return from a 30-second break on 1350 KTIK. This is the Idaho Steelhead Radio Network. Faceoff will come back to the left of Landon Bow, as here you see the forecheck work on Basaraba on Posa, and perhaps a little over-aggressive.
Yeah, I guess you never want to take an offensive zone penalty, but at the same time, give him credit. He was working hard, just kind of give him a little shove from behind there. Wasn't anything too serious, but it was enough to probably for call a penalty. So hopefully the Steelheads can kill it off and get some momentum and get back after him here.
This will be the second power play for the Cyclones. It's their first full power play. Their last one was abbreviated after a Will Merchant slashing call. Tadero behind his own goal line finds some room and sends it all the way down. The Cyclones have Knodel on the power play with Lefebvre at the blue line. Hurd up front with O'Donnell and Sims. Cincinnati power play 14th in the league with 17%. Steelhead penalty kill third in the ECHL at 84.6%. As the puck's in behind the Idaho net, rimmed out to the right point where Knodel holds in. Steelheads have Morissette, Jean, Dodaro, and Baldwin on for the penalty kill. Dodaro will fire one around the boards. Lefebvre cannot keep it. It rolls all the way back behind the Cincinnati net. Steelheads get a partial change. They have Faust on with Harstad. Jefferson Dahl now joined by Linsmeyer as Hurd will gain the red line for Cincinnati and hammer it into the offensive zone. At the right point, Knodel controls, but he gives it away to Jefferson Dahl. He'll carry it out to center himself. Dahl over the red line, feathers it in deep. Linsmeyer on the forecheck will get there ahead of Knodel and try to press the puck against the wall to kill some time, but Lefebvre does get it away from him and send it back out to the neutral zone. 50 seconds left on this jack-in-the-box penalty kill as O'Donnell weaves through center. Gave left wing for Sims. He sent it across the ice immediately. As now at the left point, Brissing will let drive go to. Check 1-2, there we are. Sorry folks, you lost me for a second there. We gave Marty the good headset. Puck sent all the way back into the Cincinnati zone with 10 seconds left on this jack-in-the-box penalty kill. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Through center, Zombo loses the puck. It bounced over his stick. Dodaro finds it and clears it all the way down. That's going to just about do it for this jack-in-the-box penalty kill. That's 2 seconds and 1. Back onto the ice is Joe Bossaraba. We're back to 5-on-5. Behind the Cyclone net is Gene working against Rissling, getting help from Bossaraba, who now has it left wing corner. Bossaraba playing keep away from Shane Walsh. Will send it back into the corner again. Morissette got to it, but he couldn't handle it cleanly. McNally will take it away and send out to center. Marty, what do you think about the Steelhead penalty kill on that sequence?
Yeah, that was great. They put good pressure on. Really didn't let Cincinnati get set up there, so hopefully they can use that momentum and carry it through and get one back on the board here.
8:45 to go, second period. Steelheads trailing 2-1. Right now the goal from Brandon McNally is the difference. At the right point in the offensive zone, Dodaro held in for a moment, but now McNally able to carry it ahead through center. Stripped of the puck. Good play by Brandon Anselmini, who takes over and sends one quickly through center again. Here's Gene into the offensive zone. Knocked off a puck by Daniel Johnson. All is well. Steelheads need a change regardless. Johnson now gives the puck away to Gene again in the offensive zone. But Gene's centering pass broken up by Manella. He'll clear it out to center. Now the puck rolls back into the Idaho zone. Anselmini back for it. Mark, we've seen a couple of turnovers in the defensive zone for the Cincinnati Cyclones. Johnston in particular. The Steelheads, even with a single forechecker, they've gotten pretty good pressure.
But that forecheck, we do see a lot of mistakes back there. So, Steelheads are pressing.
Crowd responds from a hit on Posa by Anselmini in the neutral zone. Luciani finds the puck. Here he comes. Right wing side, got a shot off and a save made by Rumpel. The rebound cleared away by Seth Ambrose, but not out of the zone. High slot lane lets one go. That's a save by Rumpel. And that deflects over the glass into the mesh and out play. Good penalty kill for the Steelheads. Good shift following it. They trail 2-1 with 7:42 to go in the second period. We will step aside for a 30-second break on the Idaho Steelhead Radio Network. There you get another look at that play off the rush, Anthony Luciani. And we've mentioned shots on goal, but the Steelheads now, as we mentioned, things opening up a little bit. Marty, they got guys driving to the net from all angles.
Yeah, they're really getting their feet going here. Like I said, a little sluggish maybe the first 10 minutes of the first, but came on the last half of the first period. So far, so good here in the second. Got a good kill there, and just keep their feet going, keep pressure in Cincinnati in their own end, I think, cause some turnovers and get pucks to the net.
Offensive zone face-off for the Steelheads, Mark, and that's exactly the kind of situation you want Kellen Lane in, as he has Luciani to his right and Nugent behind him. Steelheads will have Kellen Lane. He'll face off against Nick Hurd.
A little bit of delay. I'm not quite sure what, but we're ready now.
Face off to the right of Rumpel, and off the draw, Lane tries to go forward with it. Good job by Nick Hurd to tangle him up, as Manella came in to pick it up, and now Lane takes it right back. Lane, high slot for Nugent, out to the right point. Dodaro winds and fires, saved by Rumpel. Rebound in the slot, Nugent scores! Is it possible to be any hotter than Brian Nugent? He ties the game at 2. Brian Nugent playing with Kellen Lane and Anthony Luciani. That has been a very successful line combination, and for Brian Nugent, that is his 6th goal in the last 8 games.
Just what the Steelheads needed. Great draw, battled, shot on net, rebound, in the back of the net. So great all-around effort by all 5 guys on the ice there.
Tell you what, one of the interesting things of that line combination, Mark, has been you've got Kellen Lane, who's so steady down the middle of the ice, but Brian Nugent, Anthony Luciani, they know where to be around Kellen Lane. And Brian Nugent finds himself in a prime goal-scoring area. He's able to bury.
Well, they had an offensive face-off there, and then they kept working with possession, and it turned out great for the Steelheads.
As now a puck on goal, stopped by Landon Bowe. He'll hold for the whistle. Face-off coming in the Idaho end. Brian Nugent gets his 8th of the season and his 6th in the last 8 games. Assist to Charlie Dodaro at the right point. Anyway, interesting play as that goal developed, Marty. Nugent first gets the puck in the high slot, sees he has some pressure, and dishes it back out to Dodaro to open things up again. But then he doesn't go anywhere. He knows he's in the right spot. It'll come back to him eventually.
Yeah, like I've said, I think 3 of the 4 goals is the goal scorer's goal. He's in the right spot at the right time. D-men did a good job getting to the net and got the rebound.
Steelheads win the D-zone draw. Morissette sends it out to the neutral zone. He now has it over the Cincinnati line. Right circle, delays and fires, and a save made by Rumpel into the chest. That one he will hold on to, and he'll get the whistle. 6:54 to go, second period. We've got a good one here at CenturyLink Arena. Steelheads 2, Cyclones 2. Back in 30 seconds on 1350 KTIK. This is the Idaho Steelhead Radio Network.
I'll tell you, that goal on Nugent, you know what, Marty, he wound up a lot of times to take a slap shot, but he was looking upstairs. He really, he aimed it and fired it there.
Definitely a quick release, Mark, and that's the thing you've seen from Brian Nugent of late. When he has a puck in the wheelhouse, there's been absolutely no hesitation whatsoever. He's shooting through the back of the net.
Well, he knew the goalie was down, and we talked about that at the beginning of the game. You know, these goaltenders take up so much space, and they're so big that, you know, the only areas you have is, you know, to shoot upstairs. You just don't want to hit one of your own players.
Sometimes we pigeonhole players into certain roles. Last year in Tulsa, Brian Nugent was a lower line energy guy, and that's what he was expected to bring to Idaho, that energy role, but also veteran leadership and with his experience. But if you look back to 2013-14 when Brian Nugent was with the Wranglers and the Cyclones, he scored 14 goals. He's had a goal scorer's touch, but I don't know if he's ever had a stretch like he's had over the last 8 games where, again, it really just shows that for any player, whatever your skill set is, when you have confidence, Marty, and the snowball starts to roll, you can really up your production.
That's for sure. You get that first one and get a little confidence and play some good line mates, and everyone feeds off each other, and obviously he's had a great last 8 games here.
Face-off in the Cincinnati zone, won by the Cyclones. O'Donnell in the far corner shrugs off a hit from Morissette, then brought right out in front of his own net. He's able to carry it with speed out to center. Gave it for Zombo, tried to get back to O'Donnell, but that pass is off the mark. Steelheads take it away, and Gene will move it through center for Basaraba. Into the offensive zone, it goes to the left wing wall. Diaby puts a hit into Morissette. Puck ends up behind the Cincinnati net. Gene got to it. Threw it to the far corner, no one there but Jonathan Diaby. He's able to move it out to the neutral zone. A stretch pass is behind O'Donnell and all the way down, but no icing as O'Donnell gets there ahead of Faust. 6:15 to go, second period. We are tied at 2. Hurd and McNally for the Cyclones. Steelheads with goals from Jefferson Dahl and Brian Nugent. Left wing side, Gene driving towards the net, flicked one on goal, and Rumpel able to cover it up for the whistle. He dives on top. Idaho Steelheads hockey is brought to you by the Village of Columbia Apartments, home of the Idaho Steelheads. Texas Roadhouse, legendary food, legendary service, and legendary fun. And Camp Bow Wow, where the Steelheads' best friends stay.
Yeah, the Steelheads are getting their feet going here, rolling 3 lines and really putting a little bit of pressure on. They've got 7 shots, probably like to see a few more, but I think all in all, it's a better period for them so far.
I think there's only been one face-off in our defensive zone, really.
Certainly hasn't been a lot of play down to our left. You're absolutely right, Rosie. As the face-off in the Cyclone zone, won by the Cyclones. Rissling sent it to the left wing wall, and McNally clears it all the way down. And this will be icing as it just makes it over the goal line. Brandon Anselmini with a little bit of strategic skating, but he gets the whistle and a face-off coming back down the other end.
Yeah, smart play there, just kind of slowing up a little bit and let that puck just cross that goal line, and we'll take the icing anytime you can get one.
It's called pacing yourself.
Smarter, not harder.
Face-off to the left in the Cincinnati zone, won by the Steelheads. Bell's right point shot was blocked. Controlled by McNally. He'll carry it up the ice. Over the red line in front of his own bench, McNally will dump it in deep. Puck rolling in behind Landon Bowe's net. Anselmini rims it around the far wall. It goes all the way down. There is no icing as Daniel Johnson got a piece of it. So play will continue as Rissling from behind his own net rims it up the left wing boards, and McNally feeds to center. It's dumped in deep by Seth Ambrose. Harstad behind his own net under pressure from Ambrose, reversed it for Anselmini. His pass through the middle of the ice got past Brian Nugent. It will go all the way down. This will be icing, as getting to it first is Eric Knodel. We mentioned about the offensive flow of this game. It's picked up a little bit, but with the lack of shots in the first period, we also didn't get to get a feel for these goaltenders and where their rebound control is. And I think the Steelheads have seen that there are a few pucks coming out from Joel Rumpel if you get him through traffic.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, and obviously I think the Cincinnati defensemen are doing a pretty good job letting him see the puck too. And with both goaltenders being about 6'5", I mean, they see that first shot, they're big enough, they should be able to make that first save.
Face off to the left of Landon Bowe, won by the Cyclones, but a puck sent down the near wall by Knodel is intercepted by Anselmini. He tried to go in front of his own net, nearly broken up, but Harstad able to recover. And the Steelheads get as far as center red before it's taken over by the Cyclones. Steelheads get a change as Knodel drifts slowly over his own blue line, now drops it back for Lefebvre, and Lefebvre will feather a soft pass through center that has Tommy Mealy. Now on the right wing side, it's Hurd, cuts to the net for a quick shot, and a save made by Landon Bowe. He'll hold for the whistle. I'm not sure I've ever seen a rush develop slower than that one did, but Nick Hurd found a pass at the front of the net. Landon Bowe cuts down the angle.
Yeah, the D-man just kind of waiting, and found Noble through the middle there, and he actually made a pretty good play on the defenseman, got a pretty good shot on net, big save there for the Steelheads. So
Steelheads will get a D-zone change. They'll send Baldwin and Faust out. Lane will take another face-off. Nugent and Luciani with him. Dominic Zombo to take the draw for Cincinnati. Steelheads win it back behind their own net. It's Faust giving right wing side for Luciani. He has space to carry ahead and flick one out to center. It was knocked down by Sims, but Luciani finds it again and dumps it in deep. 4:40 to go, second period. We are tied at 2. Cyclones have led twice. Steelheads have come back twice. Puck rolling through the neutral zone. Stopped by O'Donnell. Sims will pick it up and carry over the Idaho line. Right circle, drops it off. Lefebvre, a quick shot. And a blocker save made by Landon Bowe. Puck rolls to the near wall. Luciani sends it out to the neutral zone. Over the red line is Nugent. He'll dump it in deep. Not a bad game so far for Martin Lefebvre. His first game in a Cyclones uniform, and he's been very active on the offense. As here comes Sims into the Idaho zone, he's met by Joe Faust, who took the puck away. They battle for it at the far half wall. O'Donnell got there as well, gave for Zombo right wing corner. Sends out to the blue line for a shot by Posa that was blocked by Kyle Jean. Now Chatham has it behind his own net. 3:55 to go in the second period as Chatham sends out to center. Morissette will carry ahead. Over the blue line, high slot, let a shot go, blocked by Diaby. And the Cyclones will turn it back the other way once more. It's O'Donnell into the Idaho zone. 1-on-4 on the left wing wall. Pulls up, waits for help, took a bump from Chatham. That frees the puck up behind the net for Brandon Anselmini. Gets away from the forecheck pressure of McDonald. Chatham will carry over the red line and backhand it in deep. Andre Morissette supplying some pressure, but McDonald will get away from it. Justin McDonald dancing through center gives for McNally. McNally tried to go right back to McDonald at the blue line, but it was broken up. McNally on a second effort able to send a soft roller into the Idaho zone, covered by Landon Bowe. 3:15 to go second period. We're tied at 2 and we'll take a 30-second break. Brian McCormack, Mark Bros, Marty Flickle here with you on the Idaho Steelhead Radio Network. Mark, this is the first game for Zach Bell in the last 24 contests. He missed 24 of them dating back to January 6th. How's he look to you in the first 2 periods thus far?
You know, he feels, I know he feels good because he's happy. You know, before the game, he goes, I feel great, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. And he's backed it up. I mean, you know, I've seen him a couple times step up at the right time and make that pinch, and it's good to see him playing again. He's a good team guy.
Charlie Dodaro sends the puck all the way down for icing, and the Cyclones will go back to get their first faceoff coming back into the Idaho zone. He is a good guy, Mark. You're absolutely right. And he's the kind of guy that, you know, it was killing him for the last 24 games to have to watch, but at the same time, the Steelheads getting good results without him. He's a very important physical piece to bring back to the blue line, especially at this time of year.
Yeah, both Charlie and Bell back there. You know, you're always gonna, they have their stick down ready to play all the time.
Steelheads win the faceoff. Dodaro puts it off the glass and all the way down. This will be icing as it jumped over the stick of Rissling in the neutral zone and goes all the way down. And Steelhead bench not exactly thrilled with that. They thought Rissling might have gotten a piece of it, but the faceoff will come back to the right side of Landon Bowe once again.
Marty, you don't have to name all your favorite wingers and all the other stuff, but who'd you enjoy playing with over the years in the Steelheads? You know, as a line mate.
It's a loaded question.
Yeah,
no, you don't have to just single out one guy or whatever, but you know, as line mates, you know, someone that you really felt the most comfortable with.
Well, I think that's actually pretty easy. The 07 year when we actually won the Kelly Cup, Derek Nesbitt and Lance Galbraith. Got a chance to play with those guys pretty much all year, so they're pretty easy to play with. Galby, you know what you're getting every night. Nezzy was just all over the ice, skate, shot, did kind of everything. So made my job a lot easier, that's for sure.
Derek Nesbitt's still playing in Atlanta. He's still putting up some pretty good numbers as well.
Yeah, I saw him last year when they came into town, actually. I saw him after the game, so it's good to see guys still.
He had the flow going. He didn't have that going when he was here, did he?
I think he's got the man bun going, actually. But some guys can pull it off, some guys can't. So he does a good job with it. He's a good player. I think he's in his early 30s now, but he can still play, put up some points. He's doing pretty well.
Face-off coming to the right of Joel Rumpel after a dump-in was covered. Steelheads have Lane, Luciani, and Nugent out for the face-off. Off the draw, Lane wins it cleanly back to the point. Baldwin tried to move it across the blue line for Faust. But that was broken up by Sims, and the Cyclones dump it all the way back behind the Idaho net, where Faust will gather in and send one out to the neutral zone again. He had Nugent in behind the defense. Puck jumped over his stick. Otherwise, he might have had a break. At the right point, Faust was able to hold in a clearing attempt, but now it is moved out to center on the stick of Sean O'Donnell. O'Donnell broke his stick. That allowed Baldwin to take over. Baldwin sent a pass off of a skate. It bounced all the way back into Idaho territory. And behind his own net, Joe Faust has to do battle with Christian Manella. 2 minutes and change to go. Second period, Steelheads and Cyclones tied at 2. Here comes Nugent on the right wing side. Into the right wing corner on his backhand. He tried to center one for Lane. Now it's a turnover in front for a Luciani try. As saved by Rumpel. The initial pass for Lane was broken up, but it was put right on the stick of Luciani. And Rumpel was able to come out and cut down the angle and keep this a tie game. As now the puck goes all the way back behind the Idaho net. Cincinnati will change. Luciani will pass one out to the neutral zone that Bostaraba could not handle. McNally takes it back the other way. Top of the right circle, McDonald threw one in front. That was deflected on net by McNally, and Bo was able to stay with it and make the save. Things starting to open up a little bit here late in the second period, as in the neutral zone, Diaby gave for McNally. McNally sends it softly over the Idaho blue line. Bell will regroup with Anselmini. Bell again, right wing side, pass out to center, hit the linesman, and McDonald will take over. Left circle in the Idaho zone. McDonald feathers one to the middle. He was looking for Mealy. The puck was high in the air. Ambrose will find it right wing corner. His pass out in front comes out to the left point, Diaby. Now left face-off, Dot McDonald. He has Bell all over him. Good pressure here for the Cyclones. McDonald to the high slot. That pass intercepted by Morissette, and Morissette will clear to center with under a minute to go. All that pressure for Cincinnati. That's a bad turnover to kill the momentum of that drive. Right now the Cyclones have it at their own blue line, but some more sloppy passing will send Posa all the way back behind his own net as the Steelheads get a full change. Posa behind his own net, being pressured by Linsmeyer, spins away from him with 30 seconds to go in the period. He sends out to the neutral zone, and Hurd dumps it down to the Idaho zone, near corner. Walsh and Harstad battle for it. It rims to the far corner. Merchant tried to clear it, but he fanned on it. It came right out to the slot. But Merchant will find it again, and he'll carry ahead. Into the offensive zone, 15 seconds left. Merchant tried to drop pass for Dahl. That was broken up and cleared all the way out to the neutral zone by Canodal. 10 seconds left in the period as Dodaro goes back behind his own net. Drives it around the boards and out to the neutral zone. He has Merchant behind the defense. Left wing side, Merchant, a wrist shot, and a save made with the glove by Joel Rumpel. Time will wind down. As Rumpel held it in the glove, the refs let the time expire, and the period comes to an end. Shots 20-14 in favor of the Steelheads. The score is tied at 2, and I think things really found some breathing room to open up in that second period. We saw a lot more north-south play as that middle period wound down.
Yeah, the last couple minutes, the guys got their feet going there, made a couple good plays back and forth a little bit, and pretty exciting last couple minutes. Hopefully, I'm sure that'll happen in the third period here, 2-2 game, and it's been a pretty good game so far.
Ambrosi, we saw both these goaltenders get a little bit more work in the second period as well.
Well, like Marty said, you know, the guys got their legs going a little bit more, and the one thing that's going to happen in the third period is I think you just got to cut down on the mistakes, because both teams are really hungry.
Both of these teams used to playing in close games. Well, that's what we have, 2-2 after 40 minutes. We will step aside. When we come back, we'll have our Blue Cross of Idaho period break number 2, break down the numbers and the highlights, and also our 20th anniversary steel reel, all straight ahead on the second intermission report. Brian McCormack, Mark Brose, Marty Flickle here with you. This is Idaho Steelheads Hockey.